Hello, gorgeous. It's me, Kayla with the curls, and it's Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm so excited that you have made it back to my platform. So today's Wisdom Wednesday word is a bit of a vulnerable post because it relates directly to me and my story. But the Wisdom Wednesday word of the day is, sometimes God ruins your plans so your plans don't ruin you. Sometimes God ruins your plans so your plans don't ruin you. So about 4 years ago, so 2019, I literally thought that I was in my prime. Like, I thought that I was living my best life. I had recently just finished my master's degree. I'd gotten engaged. I was promoted at work. Like, I was building the life of my dreams with the man I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. Like, things were going extremely, extremely well. And then all of a sudden, like in a landslide, things started to spiral under control. My then fiance developed a seizure disorder, and he totaled about 5 cars in the course of less than a year. It put a major strain on our relationship because I became responsible both financially and like for transportation, for a lot of things. Plus I was raising 2 kids, and I just recently got a promotion at work, and we were significantly understaffed. And then you guys know what happened. The world shut down. And so I'm experiencing all of these things at once, and I didn't feel like I was very supported. And then to top it off, on top of all of that stuff, my children started to demonstrate really, really bizarre behaviors. Things that I could not manage alone as a woman, not meaning that women can't do that, but it was very, very hard for me, and they were much better behaved with their father. And my then fiance didn't feel comfortable being that sort of parent. So I transitioned my children from my home full-time to their father's home full-time. And all of these things were happening and spiraling out of control, and I snapped. Like, I have never been that level of depressed, of anxious, of unsupported. And you guys and my family and my friends know me as Little Miss Sunshine. And so I didn't feel like there was a place where I could genuinely be myself. And so a lot transpired. My fiance at that time had a very hard time accepting that he was ill. And so he wanted to drive, and it caused a lot of spats and fights because I was trying to keep us safe and he was trying to maintain his independence. And so it spiraled into constant fights and constant arguments. And eventually I called off the wedding and we separated. So in a span of 8 months, I called off my wedding, transitioned my children from my home into their father's home, moved from a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath house, like 2,200 square feet, into a 1-bedroom apartment about the size of a shoebox, like 5 miles away from my sister. And within 2 days of moving into my new apartment, my dog was hit by a car. I felt like the world was collapsing on top of my head. When I say that, I was in a hole of dirt, of shame, of depression. I was ridden with anxiety. I cried myself to sleep every single day, and I drank often, and like almost until I blacked out often, because I did not know what to do, because I felt like, God, I laid it all out. I did everything you asked me to do. This is the second time that I have given everything to somebody, and they just don't see my value. They don't see my worth. And I realize now that I was looking for outside validation from what has always been within. So something that math teachers often say is garbage out equals garbage in, meaning if you put a whole bunch of junk into the calculator is gonna give you a garbage response. And so I'm so thankful for those old saints. I'm so thankful for my mama, for my grandmama, for the Mama Marys, for the Grandmama Claires of the world, because they prayed for me. And even in those nights when I was crying myself to sleep, when I was drinking until I couldn't think about stuff anymore, and I was just falling asleep, and I would wake up and I was still on the couch, and it was just me and my brand new Chihuahua puppy, I remember I could hear old saints singing, "Shine on me." Yeah. I wonder if the lighthouse will shine on me, and Jesus is that lighthouse. And so I started to pray, God, give me direction. And one day, clear as a bell, he said, Kayla, you asked for this. And I'm like, what? I asked for this? How would I ask for the demise of everything that I loved? And he said, Kayla, you asked for this, and it was brought to my memory. In early 2019, I started praying, God, if there's anything that I desire that is not in your will for me, remove it from me, God, and let me be at peace with its departure. And I was bold about this. I professed it daily. You guys probably remember me talking about this. And so he identified for me things that were not in his will for me, and he removed them from me because they would have wrecked me. Now, when I made that transition back to that apartment, I was able to salvage my job where we were significantly understaffed and I was working 13, 14, 15-hour days just to keep up at pace and make sure that everything was on time. I started therapy. I did therapy and I did coaching and I did a lot of self-discovery and self-exploration, and I poured into me and I withdrew from the world and I held on tight to my faith. And I was like, God, I need you to shake me to my core. God, give me something. Tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. And I heard thy word is a light unto my feet, right? Or a lamp unto my feet and a light to my path. And I started slowly piecing my life back together. And I realized that I didn't need outside validation. I didn't need a man to love me, that I love me and that God loves me and that my family loves me and that I can do what I needed to do to get back on my feet. And the moment that I started pouring into myself, the moment that I started loving myself, the moment that I started walking in who I was, things opened up for me. And I thank God daily that he did not grant me the life that I thought I desired. I am so loved now. I'm so cherished now. I'm so respected now. I'm treated better than I've ever been treated before. I treat myself better than I've ever been treated before. I have boundaries. I don't accept things that are not good for me. I don't participate in gossip. I don't discuss people. Small minds discuss people. Big minds discuss things, ideas, concepts, change. I'm a new person. So if you knew me in 2019, baby, you need to reintroduce yourself. I'm not who I was. And not only am I doing that, I had to go through that so that I could help other women get pulled out of the muck. Somebody out there is just going down the line and they're checking the boxes. Somebody knows that they shouldn't be in the relationship that they're in. They shouldn't be at the job that they're in. That they were built for more and they're scared. And it is my job to love, lead, and inspire women to walk in authenticity and fearlessly pursue the life of their dreams. And I want to help you do that. So if you are interested in hanging out with me, come on over into the Plot Twist community group. This absolutely free community group where I'm giving value regularly on ways that you can enhance your life. And if you're ready to take a step into the next level if you want to identify who you are and step into your highest power, step into coaching with me. I would love to coach you, whether it's group or individual. I want you to live the life of your dreams. I love you guys so much. I love that you're on this platform. I appreciate your support. And I could not do this without you. So have an excellent Wednesday on purpose. And just remember, some of our greatest blessings are unanswered prayers. And sometimes God has to wreck your plans. He has to ruin your plans so your plans don't ruin you. I love you, girl. Have an excellent day, and we will talk in the next one.